Hello everyone, welcome to the 11th episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. I'm Alexandra and I'm the storyteller.
Hi, I'm Dolores and I'm playing Janina of Clan Bruja.
Hi, my name is Faye and I'm playing Beatrice of Clan Malkavian.
Hi, I am Aurora and I'm playing Nosferatu Mara.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I hope you will all enjoy it. So let's jump back into our story. Last time, just to do a quick recap, Mara followed a nurse, Joanna, from the clinic, hoping to find the mysterious Kindred you were all sent to look for. And indeed, you located him in a partially burned house, not that far from a clinic. You stayed around for a bit, stalking by the windows, trying to break in, but failing. While Bea and Janina worked at the clinic, taking care of patients. Janina avoiding Sarah, her former crush. And you all reconvened at Hotel Bristol, only to come back there the next night, having fed previously, to try to work out what the situation is and talk to this Kindred. You found out that his name was Leonard. He was most likely of the clan Malkavian. Didn't know much about what he was. He thought it was some kind of sickness. He accidentally made one of his friends a ghoul, and two of his other friends knew, and there was to know about his condition, and were trying to find some answers by carefully asking around. You had a chat with the group of them, and you told Leonard that he needs to turn his other two friends into ghouls as well, trying to downplay what that entailed. And you agreed to come back and meet him the next night, after which you returned to Hotel Bristol, where Bea, wanting to be alone, went to the room to wait for the sheriff to tell him all about what you've been up to. When he comes back, he was out when you returned. And Mara and Janina went to socialize, hoping to meet another Nosferatu who resides at the hotel, Dominic, the ballet dancer. But before you got to that, you encountered a toreador who wrote a poem about Janina, mocking her search for love and her words about wanting to punch people she's attracted to in the face, which Janina didn't really mind, but Mara got very angry. And after that, after he was done with all that, you really talked to Rahela, who took you to the attic, where you saw Dominic dancing, and a woman, just blonde-haired woman, dressed very elegantly, playing violin, a very fast, manic, disturbing music that he would dance to. And we will start with you, as you are watching Dominic dance. He appears to be almost floating through the air. He moves with grace and speed you wouldn't think possible, at least not for a mortal. There is a precision in each of his movements. You, Mara, especially can recognize that. But it looks absolutely effortless. looks like he's weightless. He spins and jumps and makes all these elaborate figures. As the music plays faster and faster, there is something distorted all. As you entered with Rahela, the woman glanced towards you, nodded slightly, but didn't stop playing. Dominic doesn't appear to have seen you. If he had, he doesn't indicate in any way. He's completely lost in his dance. And it goes on for some time. Mara, what are you thinking about as you're watching him? He's absolutely exquisite.
Mara obviously appreciate a good dancer when she sees one. She's absolutely happy to have finally found something of worth in the general Elysium area, because there wasn't much to her liking since then. And she is hopeful to have maybe find people she can relate to. Maybe she's hopeful.
And you look hopeful as Dominic swears one last time. And at the moment the woman stops playing, he looks towards you, smiles slightly, and takes a bow.
She claps. Mara claps.
Janina also claps.
Rahela also claps, standing beside you.
Mara bows.
Rahela steps in front of you. Dominic, Diana, these are Mara and Janina. They wanted to meet you. I think you and Mara have a lot in common, she says to Dominic.
Well, we share a love for dancing, if nothing else, even though my skill is not comparable to a real genius of dance. But, well, this is the true Elysium, I think.
Dominic smiles at that. I wouldn't say that. And as he speaks, you see that his mouth is slightly disfigured and it only opens on one side. The other stays motionless.
Mara go turn to the violinist.
Yeah.
She was playing violin.
Yeah.
She was good, I guess.
Yes,
she
was very good.
And forgive me, your performance was excellent as well. I'm Mara of the charming and esteemed Nosferatu clan, as you can imagine. And this is my dear sister and friend, Janina. And I glance to Janina.
I will nod to both of the people.
I'm very pleased to meet you. You say this is a true Elysium, but I usually try to stay away from all that.
I cannot imagine why.
It's not really my style. Too much pretense.
Let's just say we just have an interesting lesson in poetry from the Toreador clan.
Oh, must be Fabian. He can be I suppose I should apologize.
I'm not his sister, not his friend, so don't apologize. You're not guilty of anyone's poetry in this building.
Dominic looks to you and says, yes, I've heard some of those poems too in my time.
Yes, it seems very eager that everyone knows he had a job.
Diana looks to you. He has a job. He does quite a lot for the Camarilla. His influence is quite significant.
From his chair in the Elysium.
He's not always at the Elysium, but he has extensive contacts in the mortal world.
Pauses at that and thinks, because she never thought about contact in mortal worlds before. That seems most useful and interesting. Is it polite to ask for your clan? Can I?
Oh,
Are you?
I'm a Toreador as well.
Okay.
But don't worry, I don't plan to make any poetry about you.
No, that's not what.
I'm afraid I lack talent in that area.
You have talent in other area, then make up more than enough for interesting love poetry. Let's say this. But I'm very happy to know a toreador that actually do some art for it.
Many of us do. Well, of different kinds.
But sorry, I didn't want.
I'm glad you appreciate my music.
I'm sorry if I intrude, by the way. I don't know if you prefer to perform alone or if you don't mind having guests, so to speak. I didn't want to intrude.
She looks at Dominic. He says, oh no, we don't mind. We usually keep our own company, but it's good to meet someone who appreciates.
Yes, don't tell me about this. It has been a few days, let's just see. People tend to think I'm not raw in dirt enough for my clan to keep the good name of my lineage.
He smiles slightly, but there is still something sad about him as he listens to that. No, I prefer to avoid that particular activity as well.
Yes, I should do the same, but I think I like your wisdom in that. I tend to attract attention. It's not my fault, it's my curse. Beauty is a curse. But I'm very glad, honestly, to have met you. I'd love to perform together sometimes. I'm not at your level as dance goes. I was an actor. I can dance adequately, but I'm more an actress than a dancer. Not nowhere near famous as you were.
Well, I would be delighted to see your performance.
Oh, absolutely. Wherever you want, and we don't have a mission in creepy places to attend to. But sorry, Janina, I'm like taking all the room space and light and discussion as always. Sorry. Janina is also a very interesting person.
I'm
Are you
here
an
for
artist?
moral support.
Are you an artist as well? Asks Dominic.
Oh no, I'm not an artist.
You are an artist of healing people.
But apparently I became a character of a poem, so that's something.
Yes. You're a muse now, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach her to dance, and
No,
I think
no.
she has potential.
No potential here.
Happy to hear that, but you don't need to be an artist for me to want to talk to you. You seem very defensive.
No,
I'm glad to meet you. I don't.
I'm glad to meet you.
Well, don't spend time with many people. I don't need it anymore, I suppose. It's good to talk to someone. No offense, Diana, but even you can probably agree that we had enough of each other for some time.
I look at Diana with like, ooh, that hurts.
She like smiles at it. It's like, yeah, you get very annoying. And you can see that they're like, this is like a joke they have between them. They are smiling at each other.
Dominic, can I call you by name?
Of
I'm
course.
Mara. Dominic, I guess we will get along pretty well. But yeah, I don't want to. I would be glad to.
Do you want to dance
I don't.
right now?
Janina just pushes her like, yes, go.
Oh, it's all. I always want to dance. And I like.
And he takes your hand, looks to Diana. Diana, may I trouble you for another song? After all, I am stuck babysitting you. And she smiles at him and just starts playing.
Okay, time to spend willpower. I already.
It's the most hilarious willpower spending.
I can't be beaten. I spend like all willpower I have if I can.
I think you can spend one per roll.
Okay, I spend instantly.
Okay.
Who cares?
Well,
Masquerade.
Performance.
Because you can increase physical stats with blood as well.
Yeah.
Dexterity. I have dancing, so it applies dexterity and performance 8.
You can spend blood points to increase your dexterity if you want.
Absolutely. It's like the most important
Let's do that.
moment of
Roll.
my life.
8. I'm gonna roll for him. Why not?
Ooh. Okay. Let's try 8.
8.
So I have the one cancel the 10 or the I have 2 10, a 9 and a 1.
Okay, so the one, let's say, one cancels a 9, and then you have 2 10s,
Okay.
which counts as double, so you have 4 successes.
4 and willpower, so 5.
5.
Oh, wait, another dice for my dexterity. 6 successes.
6 successes.
Nice.
You are doing very well. You're both dancing, moving very swiftly. The melody Diana is playing now is calmer. It's not as fast as the previous one, but it's still challenging piece, and you're improvising and he's improvising. And you sing very well, perfectly, moving around around the whole attic that is now your stage.
Oh, fine.
How are you feeling during all that?
Oh. Mara is in her element. She's where she should be. She's only the only thing that probably miss in all of this is that they should have an audience. Like all the court should watch this. But for now, Janina and Diana could do for
And
now.
Raffaella,
Ela, yes.
3 people you have.
Right, I almost forgot. So,
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
I
she's
forgot
there.
about
She's
her.
She's
standing there
small.
looking at you. She is small. As you are dancing, Janina, you are watching figure of Mara and Dominic dancing around the whole attic, coming apart and coming again together, moving around each other, almost anticipating each other's moves. It's beautiful. It seems like somehow, without any effort, they are connected on some level and can just read what the other one will do next. How are you feeling looking at this? What are you thinking
I find
about?
it extremely beautiful, and it really makes me happy to see Mara in her element, just being herself and being happy. I think Janina doesn't have any words because it's just so beautiful, and she's really happy for Mara. And she tries to watch it, and even there is no audience than them, she tries to being a lot of support. And
Join us.
no, it's not going to be a dancing system.
And you're watching. Meanwhile, on a different floor in your room, Bea, you went there to be on your own. You tried reading omens or tearing a newspaper. The omens were rather disturbing, like they recently have been, both those you had and those Leonard told you about, that he experienced. And you're sitting, feeling uneasy, thinking about the question, do you have children, asked by someone. It's becoming a bit unclear who asked it. There are fragments of newspaper around you.
I start picking up the pieces and clearing them away. And then I pick up my notebook again and just start reading over and over and over the notes of the last 2 days, just trying to keep all of the thoughts in my head. And once I feel that I'm a bit more grounded, I sit just playing with my locket. And then after a while, I unclip it, take it off, and flip it open, just to look at the inside of it again, because it's been a while.
So there's letters on the inside, right?
Yes.
So you're looking at the 2 letters there.
Mm.
Don't remember what they stand for, why they were put there.
Okay. And then I click it back shut and put the locket back where it's meant to be.
Mm. And just after you do that, there's a knocking on the door.
I go to the door and answer it.
And you see Mariusz, the ghoul who's usually at the reception, standing there.
Good evening.
Good evening, Miss Woźniak. I'm very sorry, but I was told to inform you that Mr. Topolsky will not be returning to the hotel tonight. But I was assured that someone will speak with you tomorrow evening.
Very well. Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Of course. Thank you very much for all your help. Have a good evening.
He bows slightly and leaves.
I just go and sit back down in my chair, just feeling hopeless, because by tomorrow I probably won't remember any of this.
And you sit down.
And I take my notebook and I fling it across the room.
It hits the wall, falls on one of the beds. You see that some pages are like getting it cracked, folded as it falls.
After a long while of staring at it, I pick it back up and then go to return to Felicia's room. There's no point in me being here anymore.
So you head to Felicia's room. She's not there yet, but she would have given you a key.
Good.
You go inside. It's a smaller room, but you know she will be returning here shortly.
How much time is there before dawn?
Maybe an hour and a half.
I just very slowly start getting ready for bed. Because there's nothing else to do.
Meanwhile, Mara, you and Dominic finish your dance. He bows to you slightly.
I will.
Rahela is clapping her hands. Janina as well.
Yes, Janina, very enthusiastically.
Diana smiles at you both.
I send bows and kiss to our small audience. Like that has been long since I've done something like that. Thank you to having humored me, Dominique.
Of course, I believe we have quite a lot in common from what I hear.
Yes. Can I? This is a difficult question, maybe. You have been this beautiful, this for longer than me.
Yes, you see pain across his face as you say that.
Did you find because obviously we can't exactly dance or act or perform like we used to, no matter what clever masks we put on, we can't. So and forgive me if I'll be probably extremely rude. It's something that is bothering me, and maybe you can. You have a perspective I don't have. Answer: we cannot do what we were born to do. Once we are something else, what other purpose we have other than surviving?
That is certainly a difficult question, and the one I ask myself many times. When I first became like this, I abandoned my art altogether for a while. And I suppose I found purpose in practicing it again. For people who appreciate it. Who can look past all this. I don't have you seem to live for the stage, and I know how painful it must be to be taken off it. I think that's what he does, our sire. You are one of Abelard's, aren't you?
Sorry, I didn't. Can you repeat?
You are also Abelard's child, aren't you?
I never asked his name. I don't care.
But I heard his name.
You heard it, yes. You heard his name. You talked to him.
So I will tell Mara. Yes, he told me his name was Abelard.
You spoke to him?
I did.
Did he hurt you? Did he something to you?
No, he didn't. I think I mentioned to Mara that I spoke to him.
I don't
think you. I don't know. I don't think you did. I think you mentioned that you saw him, maybe.
Really?
Never mind.
But I think I did. I did told her that I met
Okay.
him, but,
Well,
I don't
probably did
remember
not have
exactly.
happened.
Yeah.
but never mind. We
You-
just spoke.
You are. He did this to you too?
Yes, I was quite accomplished, and I believe he wanted to have my talent for himself.
Mara starts to grow.
He is a difficult individual.
He's not an individual, he's a thief. It's still what it is, not yours, not his to take. He took my theater. He took my friends. He took my family. He
I will
took
try
my
to hold
whole
Mara.
story.
As I see, she's getting angry.
Yeah, Rahela is sort of looking to you, Mara, a bit alarmed as you are getting angrier.
He took my whole story. My whole story.
Diana comes up to you and puts a hand on your shoulder.
Mara probably froze, but she didn't push her away. She just she stands, but she tried to calm down when
Yeah, it's true. It's a very calm gesture. She just looks to you. I'm very sorry. I can see you're in a lot of pain.
I'm sorry for my manners. It's no, not your fault. It's not fault, for that matter.
No, it's very understandable that you feel the way you do.
Yes, but I shouldn't let that petty creature get on my nerves. He's irrelevant, and one day he will be forgotten. It's the reason I didn't ask his name. I don't want to know him. No one should know him. She should be ash in the time and story.
The meaning just kind of slumps a bit, looking kind of sad. Yes, I spent forever, such a long time. Hey.
So we are kind of like siblings in a way.
I suppose, in a manner of speaking, yes, we would be.
Well, as I said, he's irrelevant, but he frequent the court. I never seen him. Our prestigious Primogen seems to know him, but...
Well, yes, she probably knows everyone in her clan. At least those, well, we know of.
Well,
I'm
part
not
of the
on very
job.
good terms with her either.
It's not one of my fan. I can say you that. I do like her. She just does not like me, but it's okay. Very few people like me. I don't know why. I'm so pleasant. I'm so good.
Yeah,
Rachel looks to you and says, I think you're fine.
Thank you for the half-hearted comment, Brianna.
You can see she's smiling kind of meanly, but in a good-natured manner. Dominic turns to her. Ah, Hela. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad to see that you're surviving. Glad you, well, he stumbles for a moment, looks kind of embarrassed, and then it's like, I'm sorry, I just meant to say I'm glad we have you around.
Insight check.
On whom?
On I want to see if there's some secret here between them. It seems there's something.
Right. Well, roll perception and you can Janina as well if you're paying attention.
I think Janina won't be.
Okay. Fair.
Difficulty?
6. I'm gonna roll for them.
Insightful applies.
Yes.
5 successes.
5 successes. Yeah, no problem. So you see that as he says that, like he mentions, that like she's surviving, that she is around. He feels embarrassed immediately, the kind of way you do when you say something careless. And that he wanted to express something but stumbled on his words a bit. And you see that Rahela at this goes, she tries to hide it, but she goes kind of sad. And she isn't angry, it's more like she was playful a moment ago, and it's like the joy was just sucked out of her. And she kind of says like, it's all right. But she's not meaning as such. It's just that it reminded her of something unpleasant, and she feels tense now.
Okay. Mara just and put aside this information. Well, that was interesting. So, we have a lot in common indeed.
We certainly do. I look forward to spending more time with you.
Absolutely. We have some super adventurous missions to accomplish. Me, Janina, and our sister Bea. And well, once we have solved this, I surely would like to, dance again and listen to some beautiful music and more like super depressing what we are going to do with our life speeches. No, really, I really need to, how can I say, decide what I want to do with this new life I have.
I will try to help you as much as I can, but I'm afraid I'm still in the process of figuring that out myself.
Well,
maybe it never ends.
Well, like pursuing art, I suppose it never ends.
I suppose so.
Okay, then I suppose we should check on Bea now.
Yeah, I think we should. It's gonna.
It was. You are here usually?
I'm often here, unless I am with my lover. But he is very busy.
Bara was sure it was with the toreador, so it doesn't show on her face, but she's like connecting.
Janina is confused a bit.
Mara too, but she make her perfectly. Yeah, I knew that all along. I know everything about his face, and she goes, well, I'd love to meet him too one day, if that.
He smiles at this. I believe you have already. He's the sheriff of the city.
I think Janina would put one and one together.
Okay.
Once he said-
She keep her face like, yeah, I knew all along. Of course. Oh, it's all come down to our super adventurous mission, one way or another. Well, I'll suppose we have to do to put ultra effort in solving our current little adventure. Then, well, I'll see you as soon as we are victorious. I hope. Well, I always have. So
looking forward to that.
Absolutely, and you too, Diana, and
Likewise.
don't
Your
don't
dancing
be.
was truly beautiful.
Thank you, almost as much as your music. And you, right now, don't tell anyone because they'd be jealous as hell. But you are my favorite toreador.
She just smiles at that.
Janina also smiles at that.
Let's go, Janina. You will always be my favorite bruja.
Raquel smiles at that. She says, I will be going as well. Dominic just looks at her. Once again, I'm so sorry. We never got the chance to talk much, but I just wanted to express I always wished you well. I understand. Don't worry about it. And she starts heading out.
She just... I took her by the arms, Janina, and we...
You leave.
Yeah.
Raquel waits for you to kind of lead you back through the sort of all the corridors and staircases.
I will try to
came through.
remember the way.
You can,
Yes.
like, it's not like super complicated. There is a chance of getting lost.
We are not bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know, it was mean.
Speaking of bear, you are getting ready. And the door opens. And you see Felicia come in.
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear. How are you doing? How did your mission go?
Well, we successfully found the Kindred who's been causing such a ruckus. We were asked to determine whether he would be a suitable fit for the Camarilla.
I'm sure you can do a good job of that.
Well, I'd like your guidance. I feel he could have potential, but only if he was able to rid himself of the mortal shackles he still has. He has multiple human friends who he has told about his condition, and he has spread news of us all over the place because he didn't understand what he was or why he shouldn't be talking about it.
That is most unfortunate.
Yes, so I don't imagine that Janina or Mara will like what I think should be done. And I don't have the strength to do it by myself.
I understand, my dear. I think you should speak to the sheriff or
I
one of
tried,
his
but
hounds.
unfortunately he is not available tonight. I believe one of his agents will speak with me tomorrow, but by that point, I'm probably not going to remember anything anyway. I've made some notes, of course. I've
Do
written
you
that
want to write more down? Do you want me to remember things for you? I can remind you evening when we get up.
please.
Just tell me everything you want me to remember, my dear. I will tell you all you need to know.
If I can get you to remember the pointers and then I can go over the notebook, that should help.
Of course, I want to help you.
Thank you, Mother.
You're so brave dealing with all of this. I'm really proud of you. You know you can always count on me.
Yes, Mother. I'll always come back to you. The fledgling, he was made by, I think, a Malkavian. I think he might have been blind.
That would be Bruno then.
He was always crying.
Bruno is a deeply unhappy man. He suffered so much.
Right. It happened during the war. He was a part of the resistance. He now sees visions. There's a darkness. It's important. I saw it also. There's a darkness coming.
Yes, I've had the sense of that as well. Although I don't quite understand.
He told me the darkness is reaching for the visionary, and the bombings have awakened the dead. And it's hungry. It's going to gorge. Answered by a beautiful woman.
Well, I suppose we should convey all that to the Camarilla as well.
Yes.
Not that I can make much sense out of it, but
Yes.
something.
It's more clear than what I saw. This is why I think he could be valuable to us.
Oh, absolutely.
His vision is clear, even if he doesn't understand it.
I really need to find a Primogen. They would be able to help us.
Well, hopefully we can deal with this fledgling soon, and then I can help you with that. Or perhaps
I am a bit at the loss, I think. Well, it's difficult to... Primogen always had a strange way of disappearing and appearing when they thought it was appropriate and their presence was required. But when they think it is required, it's not always when Prince thinks it's required. Or so I gathered.
Dear.
Oh, well, you know, I'm sure there are reasons the Prince just doesn't understand, but I can also understand the court's discomfort with such behavior.
The other thing that's important, before I forget, Mother.
Of course.
They spoke with many people they shouldn't have, the mortals. They were concerned about their friend and his symptoms, as he put it. And they told friends in the resistance, as well as the doctors. And they also told a priest. We've seen that priest, and we believe that his faith is true.
Oh. She looks worried at that, and like a bit like fear just flashes across her face.
I'm in a similar boat myself. So I am concerned as to what that could bring.
suppose it all depends on how much they were told and whether they can make any sense out of it.
Well, the priest.
You've met the priest. How did that go? I'm glad you're safe.
As am I.
He didn't hurt any of you, did he?
No.
It can be quite dangerous to
Walked
us.
past him. He looked at us with discomfort, and he watched us intently. But other than saying good evening to him, we did not interact with him. I warned the girls against poking.
Yes, that's very wise. I know I can trust you to take care of them. They're both lovely, but they have a tendency to go and poke when one shouldn't.
They're enthusiastic, I'll give them that. But thank you for listening, Mother. That should at least help prompt my memory, and I can look to the notebook for everything else.
Well, we will talk about this first thing tomorrow. Make sure you remember.
Thank you, Mother.
Would you like me to brush your hair?
Yes, Mother, that would be lovely.
And she stands up, goes to the bathroom, brings your hairbrush, and then just sits next to you, brushing your hair. How are you feeling, Bea? What are you thinking about?
I'm feeling slightly more grounded. I still have questions and a little bit of anxiety, but I'm feeling better now that I know that I'll have a reminder in the morning, well, evening. And I still have those questions about what happened before, but I won't remember them by tomorrow, so it doesn't matter.
And you sit there with Felicia, who's brushing your hair very gently, patiently, smiling at you. Mara and Janina, you are leaving with Rahela.
Yes.
Just walking down the stairs, going through some of the service corridors.
As always, I am obfuscated wherever there's the risk of scary mortals.
Yeah. Rahela looks to you, Janina, as you're walking. How is your mission going then?
I think so far it went good, but it will depend on how our mission is going to deal with what we offered. I don't really remember what exactly we told her. So, did we told her what exactly are we supposed to do, or it's just like wake?
I don't think she knows.
Okay, so I won't really mention it. I will also stay awake. But I think it went well. At least there was no violence and no causing any damage that was already done.
Well, then I would hate something.
What about you? How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Now I'm gonna do the inside check.
Right. Well, perception and empathy. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Me too, because I always like
Go for it.
I have 1 success.
Okay, and you, Mara?
a difficulty.
6.
3 successes.
3. So you and Nina can't really tell. But Mara, you see that she is still upset, like as she was from this exchange with Dominic. And she's friendly to you and likes talking to you. But there is some kind of deep-seated unease.
But towards me for some reasons?
No, not
General.
towards you, just general.
Mm,
Not towards you at all.
there. Sorry if I intrude, but well, I don't know if we can call ourselves friends, but if you have, if you need something, you can ask and maybe we can help you. I can't guarantee we'll not make things worse, but we'll try to help you.
Smart. Thank you. I would like to help you if I can. I think everyone needs allies in the society. That's what I'm work out.
Yes, I'm trying to see that too. We need allies.
I know I'm not much of an ally, but if I could help with something.
You know, I think a person with the will to do something is much more helpful than a powerful monster that does not have any intention of doing nothing.
Yes, that's true. But if you can get a powerful monster who actually cares about maintaining you, well, that would be a way to stay safer.
We can. Yes, I understand the principle. Getting a powerful ally.
I'm not saying I have one, just a thought.
Personally, I don't think a monster will care about you.
I don't think he needs to care about me, just about what I can provide. I think so.
You are much more than what you can provide. You're a person.
Nobody here cares for that.
You are both right, I think. She's much more.
Of course I am a person. And so were my siblings. But nobody cared for them being people. Just about what they could provide.
Yes,
And
I think
they couldn't.
Are you afraid of something? Someone is threatening you?
No, She looks around and she goes into sort of you were going down the stairs and she instead of going down the stairs, she just goes into some room and opens the door for you.
Okay, girls' room time.
And she invites you in there. She closes the door. And she just looks to you like, look, it's not... I don't think I'm much of a danger now. Not more than anyone really is, but... Please don't... Well, I guess everyone knows anyway. My sire was not supposed to make me, and none of my siblings really. He embraced a lot of people during the war. He had to. I don't quite understand, but I know he couldn't stop. And some of them have been found, some haven't. But most of those who've been found are dead now.
I look at Janina. A really meaningful look.
Do we remember that he was blind? Can we guess that it could be Bruno?
I think you could. I'm around with a cane. You've noticed that.
Oh God.
And the Leonard mentioned a man walking around with a cane. And well, that's one thing that could be an indication. and then whatever Hela said. I think you could have a suspicion.
I look very, very, very meaningfully to Janina.
I also look at Mara very meaningfully and like, if are we going to tell her or not?
Hela looks to you like, is something wrong?
Well-
Let's see what I have in deception. Persuasion.
Subterfuge.
Subterfuge. Okay.
Do you want to roll manipulation and subterfuge to pretend everything is fine?
Yes, I think that.
Okay, roll that. Difficulty
okay,
6.
I don't think Janina will be trying to hide it.
Okay, so
Okay.
we are doomed. Okay. Mara at least will try to protect.
Right, roll it. Oh, wow. Okay,
What difficulty?
6.
Let's see if I have something relevant on. 2 successes.
2 successes. So what do you say to her? Just that it's fine.
Well, no, it's fine. Really, she seems to believe me.
She seems to, yeah, she doesn't seem to question it. She seems more like caught up in her own thoughts than interested. Like she's not even probing that closely. She seems to have sunk back into her own thoughts.
Okay.
And is not questioning you, not looking at Janina.
But you are okay. You are okay. You are.
I was allowed to exist by the prince.
Okay. But you know your siblings? You met them?
Well, I have some of them. But they were found. There's one more who is still,
I think
was still around when I last saw him. But he left with some of the Bruja.
But why you did any of this?
I believe he wanted to save us. I would have died if it wasn't for him.
Oh, you were like in danger during the war and they saved your life, something like that.
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Janina just looks at the ground. I think we found your sibling.
Mara Mara internally is like this. But she stay stoically. She just glance at the. Well,
I'm sorry, Mara, but I think Raquel is very honest with us, and I think she deserves to know. I trust her.
Okay, okay. Well, our mission is about possible Masquerade breaches. I think it's not 100%, but from your story, I think it's very likely that the not accidental cause is one of your siblings.
His name is Leonard.
He's a Malkavian, of that we are sure.
Yes, and the description that he gave us of the man who sired him, it really matches with Bruno, and especially now after you told us what you told us.
She looks worried and scared. My sire will be devastated if he dies.
I have a question. I have several. Though I get a feeling that even if I have the answer, it will not change much. When this sibling will be found? your sire will be in trouble.
No, my sire was forgiven. Primogen spoke for him.
But
Before they
for
went
any
away.
for any embrace he had done, he
Yes,
okay.
I believe he's been pardoned.
Okay.
That's good to hear.
And but your siblings were all killed.
Most of them, yes.
This man
seems to be.
seems.
Well, I don't know. I guess I managed to convince somehow that I can learn and adapt and do whatever it takes to be useful.
The man we met seems like a very good person, but
I don't think anyone here cares about that.
Yes, that is my.
I mean that's the problem, that he's too good. And
I mean, I think he can be useful, and I think he's not a problem. It's not problematic. But
there are others.
He didn't know what he was, so we have not yet the full idea of how much he reached the Masquerade, how many people he have alerted and things like that. Yes. So that can be bad.
Yes, there were other of my siblings who have made that mistake. I think Prince can be reasoned with. It depends on, well, I don't really know what that depends. Many factors. I guess whether they think he's likely to adjust.
I don't know. Bea told him that he will have to ghoul all of his friends. And I'm not sure if he's gonna do it, because he's not convinced.
Well, I can't say I blame him, but on the other hand,
me neither.
I probably would have done.
He is right, but we should have told him what being a ghoul mean.
Yeah.
He have to know to make the choice, to make the call.
But Bea didn't want to tell him because, I guess...
Because it probably would have said, no, fuck you. And I understand it.
Yeah. I don't really know what the sheriff will do with him, and we have to tell the sheriff this, because he's not here, so we can tell him tonight.
Well, I'm sorry I made your task more difficult for you.
Don't worry.
Not your fault. And
don't worry, it's difficult by itself.
Yes.
I can imagine.
I just hate dealing with this. It's just not fair.
No, many things here aren't.
Yeah. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you can talk with your sire about it.
I'll go to him. I'll try to. Well, I'll see in what mood he'll be tonight.
All right.
She looks to you a bit more. And then she says, we should get back. It's getting quite late.
Yes, I can feel it in my bones.
And she walks out, visibly tense.
I want to do another insight check to get a sense if she's about to do something really stupid.
All right, roll perception and empathy.
And I will as she's going, I'm gonna hug her, like from behind.
So you hug her from behind.
Yeah.
She goes a bit like, but then she lets you. She's more startled. Yeah. How many successes, Mara?
Difficult.
6.
Difficulty.
6.
Difficulty. 4 successes.
4 successes. You don't get the sense that she's about to do anything. She's more worried.
Okay.
Mostly when she talks about her sire, she's just worried. And she's kind of like nervous and alert, but it's like a defensive stance rather than...
Mara just wanted to be sure she was not about her siblings on herself or something.
No, you don't see. It's more like hopelessness rather than any desire to act.
Okay. And
so you follow her, and you are in the corridor in a moment. Corridor, you know.
All right, so we are going back to our room.
Yeah, how are you feeling at this point? Janina, what's going through your head?
I feel worried and sad. It kind of overshadowed the positive experience I had with Dominic and Mara, because that made me feel very good and hopeful, and this made me feel very sad for Bruno, and I could imagine his pain and him trying to save these people by turning them into monsters. And I think about my own sire, that he saved me too, and it just make me sad. And I worry about the Malkavian, the Leonard, and at one part of me wants him to become a part of this, but at the same time I worry about his humanity, and maybe it would be better for him not just die or go away from all of this. So now I'm depressed.
Right. And you, Mara, how are you feeling?
The first thing Mara thinks is probably something like, oh God, the bear will be so pissed off now. And
Not gonna tell her.
And she's starting to see that we need that there are decent people, but probably the younger kindred, and we should maybe stick together or something. And there is a decent kindred and all the horrible monsters, and we need allies, and she's thinking about how she can get these allies, and she's very, very eager. She was thinking about Dominic and his sire and everything, but this whole revelation just bring her back to the mission, and she had no idea how it's going to go. But Belle will be angry.
And you go back to your room. Bea isn't there.
Did she left any note? Nothing?
Yes.
No, you see like a torn up newspaper in a bin.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I look at
Or
Mara.
did you place it somewhere else?
No, bin seems about apt. I tidy up after myself.
Mara, do you think we should tell Bea that we told Raquel what we know?
She will get mad.
Yes, I think she probably will, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like she's not on the same note as you and I.
She's older.
I know, but not only older, I just feel that she's slipping away from. I don't know how to say it because it hurts me because I love her, but she seems more connected to Felicia and her ways than us. I understand that that's probably a standard if you want to survive in a society like this, but it makes me uneasy sometimes because I have seen before, and sometimes she's different.
I understand. I'll keep an eye on her. Oh, never. Now that I think about it, I don't ever get the feeling of what Bea want to do, other than stay with Felicia and being with us. But
Yes,
I don't know if she has goals, if she has purpose. I know I'm probably a bit annoying of this whole goals thing, but I think we need a purpose other than surviving.
Yes, I agree with this.
I get the feeling that I love Bea, and you and her are honestly the only thing I have that in general in the world.
Now you have also Dominic, your sibling, and I smiled, Mara.
Is maybe, I don't know, it's different. I don't know if I don't think these things work as they worked when we were mortals.
I know.
What I mean is, you are the most important and the only thing I have left. And but I get the feeling we know really Bea?
That's my concern because I don't think we know much about her. I understand she doesn't remember much about
that's a problem too.
Before, but I just feel like she's lost and she's clinging to Felicia, and I'm not sure that Bea is much Bea or is Bea and Felicia's what Felicia wants her to be.
It's a very good question. We owe much to Felicia.
Yes, I'm very grateful to her.
But I trust Felicia to a point.
I feel the same. Like before we knew any other kindred, I looked at Felicia with other eyes. I saw her as an older woman, wise woman, a kind woman. But now, once I have been among others, I just don't feel that Felicia is as honest and I don't know how to put it, as much a person as she tries to seem. At least this is what I get a feeling from her. She feels fake, like most of the kindred.
Yes, the truth is, Janina, we don't know Felicia and we don't know Bea.
That's my feelings as well. But I want to know Bea. And Felicia, I think Bea still can be saved. Or not saved, but we can still help her. I just think we need to pay more attention to her, and she is an older sister. She helps us navigate this world, but I think we have to be more for her in terms of getting her grounded in what she could be.
There's yes, I agree. That's something that concerns me.
So maybe we shouldn't tell her about that we told her Kella. Let's not worry her.
It's sneaky. Okay, I can agree. Even though I feel, I don't know, we should probably speak to Raela and
Yes,
tell her like secret. We
will do it tomorrow. We will do it tomorrow when we.
I have a general problem with. I agree with you about Bea. I don't know exactly what we should do because there is a problem. I don't know. I do know that Bea remembers Felicia no matter what. That is clear. But I'm not sure she remembers us without her notes and her diary or what.
Maybe, I don't know. I think we should find out who Bea was before. I don't know how to do it, but I think
you are very sneaky tonight. I like it. We could ask around probably there have to be other kindred who have known at least Felicia. Because Raela must know her.
Yes. Also, there's the Ventru lady.
Yes. I mean, someone she has to have asked permission to embrace. There was probably a moment in which Bea was introduced to the clan.
Yes.
I mean, now that you think about it, what if like Felicia tinkered with her notes?
Yes, I just think that
it's very dangerous, these things.
We should try to remind.
I mean, it's not normal that almost no one seems to really recognize. We have never met some kindred that was like, oh, Beatrice, how many years had passed? Oh, what have you been? Like, it's strange.
Yes, it is.
Everyone died? I don't think so.
She treats Bea like her daughter, but the more I look at it, the more uncomfortable I am with it, because it just feels very like I don't know. I don't know what they talk about when they are alone, and I think Bea loves Felicia very much. I think more than it's natural for us to love Kindred.
It can
even
be
our own sire, but also I think it's just sometimes I have feeling that Felicia controls her, and if one day we did something Felicia would not like, I think if she told Bea to get rid of us, I think Bea would do it. And that's my concern, because she wants to please her mother. And it just doesn't seem natural to me. It's like Felicia pulled all the strings on her. I don't know how or why, but I just love Bea, and I just really want her to be happy if this can be in our state. And I don't know. I think if we found out something about her past, it could help her to get more herself and less a clone of Felicia.
Mara stays silent for a moment, and she seems suddenly very still and cold, and not very in the mood for joking now. She looks at Janina. Yes, I think you are right. You also realize that if what you tell is true, and I trust your instincts, if we try to take Bea away, so to speak, Felicia, I think that we will not be our lovely mother anymore.
Yes, I realize that. So I don't think we should do anything like very obvious. I think we should just do what we always do. Just be good sisters to her. But
we need to know more. We need to know more, and as our friend said, we need allies.
yes.
Because if Felicia wants us dead, in the current state, we are dead. And probably, as you said, the one killing us will be Bea.
Yes, that's my concern. But
you are starting to feel sleepy.
in the middle of a conversation.
Well, yes, as it's getting late, but you can still wrap it up. Continue.
Let's maybe talk about it tomorrow when we have a chance again, because I feel right now I'm not gonna be around for longer.
Yes, it's something we have to plan very well, because it's a matter of, that and that in our case.
Yes, but I would just not feel like a good sister if we didn't try to help her.
I'll help you, because as I said, you are the only thing I have. But we have to realize that it can go really bad. I'll be at your side anyway.
Thank you. I feel the same about you.
But
I will protect you and Bea until I can.
Yes, but the road you've chosen tonight is a dangerous one. I'll walk this road with you till the very end, but the very end can be not necessarily what we want.
I know.
Okay? Till the very end.
Yes, till the very end. But before we go to sleep, I want to tell you that you were amazing with your dancing.
Oh,
Even
thank
with
you.
Dominic, I think you stole his spotlight. You were amazing, and it made me really happy to see you so shining.
Thank you very much. It was. I wish you have seen the person that was before, at least once. Just out of curiosity. But you have to. You are left with Mara now.
I love this, Mara.
Thank you very much.
And I stroke her face.
Oh.
Mara just smiles. Now she seems... in the beginning, you have noticed that Mara usually reacts a bit tense when Kindred touch her. But now with Janina is more like, okay, that's fine. She playfully, like, with her poker with her arms, playfully.
Before we went to sleep, I will tell Mara. Also, can we talk about Dominic and his romance with Sheriff?
Oh, that's a good one.
I didn't expect
And
that.
with that thought, you are getting sleepy.
Oh no.
Gossip time!
Yeah,
Kindred
gossip
gossip.
The sun
Sadly,
says that's enough.
sun is rising, and the
Oh,
sleep
damn son.
overtakes you. Meanwhile, Bea,
I'm still awake.
Felicia.
Oh, good.
Well, you were, before that happened. As Felicia is brushing her hair, smiling at you. Yes, I believe I know all I need to know now. I will remind you of everything tomorrow. You don't need to worry about that at all.
Thank you, Mother.
Tell me, how are you getting on in our society? Are you settling in okay?
I think so. It's a little hard to remember, but it's nice to have tasks to do, to have some purpose, and I think there's hope.
I'm sure. And I'm sure there will be lots of opportunities for you.
Of course, and I will do my best.
About it. And she looks at you proudly. And soon you also get ready to go to bed. What are you thinking about as you fall asleep next to Felicia?
Family. My mother. The sound of a baby crying. My sisters. And then the darkness, as the darkness overtakes me.
And you all fall asleep for another day. I think this is a good moment to take a break. We will be back in about 15 minutes. We hope so yes, see you soon. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Thank you for being still with us. We had our break. Our still finishing her food.
Yum, yum.
But let's continue. And first thing that needs to happen is, Bella, could you make me a nightmares roll?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Haha. What's my difficulty again? 7. Okay, 2 successes.
2 successes, you're fine.
Yeah. Thank God.
You can also all regain 1 point of willpower, and you can subtract blood for the night.
I hate that. I hate that part.
Well, it's not optional, so.
Here we go again.
Now I have 5.
You have 5. How much do you have, Mara?
4.
You have 4. Okay. How much you have there? You're probably fine.
Let's see.
1.
8.
Yeah,
8.
fine.
1.
So, Janina, as always, you are the first one to wake up. You remember chatting with Mara about quite serious topics concerning Bea and then wanting to move on to gossip, but you were getting too tired. But the memories are still fresh in your mind. Mara is sleeping next to you. You fell asleep on the bed while chatting.
I will put hair from her face and just braid them a little bit. Maybe braid them into her horns.
So you start braiding her hair around her horns. What are you thinking, looking at Mara braiding her hair?
I think that I care about her very much. And everything that we talked about yesterday about Bea and about Mara wanting to I'm sorry, I was distracted by the hair.
I'm just trying to keep a straight face.
I'm failing.
And about her wanting to have my back until the end. And I feel immense gratitude and affection for her, but also for Bea. And I really worry about Bea. And I really want to make her a bit more human again, a bit more like us. And I'm trying to think about what could I do to, at least for a start, do it somehow non-forcingly, or not to alert Felicia or that we are up to something. But so that's what I'm thinking about. And I also think about Mara and what she was talking with Dominic and how angry she is at her sire, and that she really feels that, because I did it voluntarily, even though it didn't went as I expected, but I knew what I was going to, and my sire was a good person. He did it with a good, he wanted to save me and to give me an opportunity to do more good, as he put it. But I understand that her sire didn't do it for the same reasons, and I understand that she's angry, but at the same time I really want to make her pain, her and Dominic also, go away, because it just makes me sad that these people who seem like great people, like I'm sure about Mara because I know her, but also Dominic, he seemed like a very nice, kind person, decent person, and that they are now so sad and angry. Mara's angry, he's more like sad, but it just breaks my heart to see that just because they look different, they are shunned and they were born to do. But I feel they are beautiful.
When you're thinking about that, Mara, you wake up and you feel someone pulling at your hair a bit, wrapping it around your horns.
It's me, don't worry.
You see Janina, like, at work, braiding your hair.
Yes, it was. I wasn't hearing you scream, so I guess there wasn't like the Toreador Primogen doing my hair.
Sorry, there's just not much to do.
And I watch. I look around the room. Yes, I understand. Well, let me see a mirror. Mara goes to see her hair. And
Well, were you trying to do something very elaborate, Janina?
I just like braided it. Like it's very like alternative, like very
Okay.
Great.
Oh, what the hell? Roll me dexterity and crafts with difficulty 6, and we'll see how good it looks.
Okay.
I'm staring very hard at you.
Okay.
No.
Do I have any crafts? I have one. Okay. What is the
Empire.
difficulty?
Here we go from discussion sire as being problematic to braiding hair in under half an hour.
What was the difficulty?
6.
Okay, I have 10 and 8.
Yeah, it's nice. It's alternative. It's
Yes.
bit avant-garde. But it looks good. Very striking.
You don't have to keep it if you don't want to.
No, I want to. I like it. Thank you, I like it.
Okay. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, great. I'm in a great mood, so it's time to put our schemes into motion.
Yeah.
Let us see if our new friend is awake. I think we have
All right.
to check with Rahela.
Okay, let's go then. I will also brush my hair a bit, and then I go.
So you head out. Where are you looking for, Rahela?
In the usual space, I guess, in the
lounge.
Yeah, the lounge.
So as you come up to the lounge, you hear the piano music playing. Very simple melody, and someone stumbling upon it and repeating. And as you enter, you do indeed see Rahela sitting at the piano, trying to play.
Okay.
Looking very focused.
Is she absolutely terrible, or she has also?
She's not terrible. She's playing like what you would know to be like the learning exercises, like the very simple melodies you would play when you're learning. And she is not great at them, but she's like practicing. So she's not good, but it's not like she's just beginning, it seems at least.
There's still hope. Well, okay. We approach, I guess.
As you enter, she stops. She looks to you. Oh. Hi.
Good evening.
Okay. Keep practicing. We're just here briefly.
If you want to chat, I can't quite focus. Talking and practicing, it's still pretty hard for me.
I can understand.
Maybe
I can.
But I'm happy to chat to you. As I said, I'm glad to have you around.
I don't
go
have
to our place.
Absolutely.
There's no one else in there at this time.
But there always can be some.
Just so you know. You come up to her. She stands up as well to come up to you.
Okay, so we'll lead her back to our room.
All right. She comes with you.
Now it's not the right time, but I can help you practice if you want in the future.
I would appreciate that. My sire helps me sometimes.
Did you talk with your sire already about what we talked about yesterday?
No, I couldn't bring myself to it.
All right.
Maybe I should prepare him, but it would break his heart.
All
It
right.
was broken so many times already.
Can we just ask you to not tell Bea about what we told you? Because we just don't want to worry her, and she would be angry probably that we told you. And if you tell your sire,
She smiles slightly. I understand.
Him too.
I can keep a secret.
Thank you.
We will keep you updated.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's all what we really wanted to talk, unless you really want to talk about anything, because we should probably go ahead to meet Bea.
Oh, I won't stop you. I'll go back, look for my sire.
All right, take care and be
Don't
careful.
really practice when people start arriving, but there's usually quiet time before everyone wakes.
I'm sure you will manage to play well with time.
I hope so.
I don't understand music or art, but I just believe that any skill can be learned if you practice enough and have a good
Yes.
teacher.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my grandfather used to play,
Oh,
but that's a sad memory.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
don't worry.
I'm sorry.
We have our...
I did really. She just shakes her head.
Don't worry. We have a mission tonight, but as we finish, we can, delve into the beauty of art. Sorry, Janina. Delve into the
appreciate your
beauty
help.
of hospital is not... We can go if you want, sometimes.
She looks a bit confused at that, Vahela. Please.
She's let's say that she's very good at as a nurse.
Yes, I was a nurse before.
You studied. I would like to study as well.
You have all the time in the world.
I suppose I do.
Yes, I suppose we do.
That's one of the positive aspects of our condition.
That is true enough.
Yes.
Well,
won't keep you. You should go.
Of course.
Look for
Take
Bea.
care.
keep care.
Won't tell anybody. Don't worry.
Thank you. I trust you.
And she leaves. Meanwhile, there, you wake up next to Felicia. Your memories are hazy. You see her in the hotel room. It's just looking more familiar now. Your mother is still sleeping.
I sit up and watch her sleeping for a while. And then I'll get up and start preparing for the evening.
So you are getting ready. And as you are putting on your makeup, brushing your hair, you hear Felicia staring. And she sits on her bed. Good evening, my dear.
Good evening, Mother.
She strokes her hair.
Did you sleep well?
I did very well, thank you. How about you?
Fine, I think.
I promised to remind you about some things. I think you should take your journal. You asked me to help you remember.
Thank you.
And as you open your journal to the pages of the last few days, Felicia talks to you about your mission, Leonard, the mortals. He told about his condition, and all the things you asked her to remind you. And it is maybe not quite coming back, but you are absorbing the information.
Good.
It's recognizable.
Thank you, Mother. This is
You're
helpful.
very welcome, my dear.
Mr. Topolsky is not available to speak, but someone will come and speak tonight.
Yes, I believe one of the hounds. They should be able to find us if we hang out in the lounge. If you want to, I need to speak to Bruno anyway.
That's fine. I don't think I've done quite enough socializing, so.
I'm sure you'll charm everybody.
Thank you, Mother. I'll maybe go see how the girls are doing first and then head on over.
Of course. And you head out, and I assume you're also heading out.
Yeah.
Janina and Mara. So I
Yes.
think you meet in the corridor.
Good evening, Belle.
Good evening.
Well, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. I was going to head to the lounge. I think due to speak with one of the hounds?
Not yet.
Did you? Yesterday we were supposed to meet the sheriff, but I don't know. Yes, he's there.
I had a note in my journal that Mr. Topolsky wasn't available.
Oh.
But someone else will come and speak to us.
Right.
Oh.
You want to go head out to the lounge?
Yes, I think I shall. If you wish to join me, you're welcome to, but...
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's go. And I will take Mara under her arms, at least in the places where she's not obfuscated.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
So you all head towards the lounge. And as you enter, you see more people there now. Rachela is still there. She's talking to Eliza. And Bruno is sitting at the piano. There is his ghoul by his side, rearranging some of his clothing, still making sure it's perfect. You don't see the other Primogen. You see the dark-haired woman who was sitting by his side, whom you don't know. Around there, you see a couple other people. Soon, after you arrive there, Antoni enters. That's one of the people who met with you when you first met representatives of Camarilla Aventure. And he looks around. And he's heading in your direction there.
I'll smile at him.
He comes up to you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I had some updates regarding the task the sheriff gave us. Would it be best to discuss this somewhere more private?
Yes, please follow me.
Of course. I'll follow after him.
Yeah. Are you all coming?
Yes.
Yes.
So he takes you out and then into some, like where the office-like rooms are, to that section of the hotel. And he lets you into one of the rooms. There are 3 chairs there. He doesn't sit. He just lets you in, closes the door behind you, kind of leans against it in the wall.
We found the source of the Masquerade breaches. It seems to be coming from a young kindred called Leonard. We suspect he is of Clan Malkavian. Before I go into more details about that, he has been having visions of a darkness coming over the city. Something was awoken during the bombings, and that it's reaching for a visionary. My own omens have collaborated with that, so I just would like to put that on record. But back to the matter at hand. He has mortal companions. I believe he is accidentally ghouled. The others are not. And they have also been asking questions in more places than just the doctor's surgery. They have asked the resistance and also a priest for advice. And we have reason to suspect that the priest is quite strong in his beliefs.
He frowns at that. He generally nods as you're talking, listening attentively.
We spoke with Leonard and said that we would come back tonight, and that we agreed not to tell anyone anything about him or his compatriots if he were to ghoul his mortal friends and desist all further actions with investigations. However, this has already gone quite far. This is more than was initially suspected.
I understand. What is your assessment of this Kindred?
I think back on the last note that I have in my book, where I have that I must tell him that he and his friends are a risk. And I say as such. He has potential, but his mortal friends are a risk, and I think he will be hesitant to do what is required to be done. His visions are useful and could be very useful to us as a society, but there's already been so much. I don't know how we will be able to recover what has been spread.
Well, I'm sure we will be able to take care of that one way or another.
Very well.
I gather that the mortals in his immediate surrounding are most of the problem.
I believe so. I think. I turn to look to the other girls for confirmation, as
Yes.
I am struggling,
Janina
as I
has
do not have any
poker
memory.
face. Janina is hesitant, and she has a face.
His friends are very devoted to him. One is probably already a ghoul, so it's not a problem. The other one could be a problem.
I understand.
Luckily, in the hospital, no one seemed to have taken very seriously the whole inquiry about his symptoms, but I'm not certain about other places he may have been searching for information. But the hospital, I think we are safe on that side.
Well, the disbelief is... But we still should be careful with what we say.
The man itself, he seems quite reasonable man. I think he can be persuaded to join us and not to make mistakes or get in trouble, I think.
Very
He
well.
did seem reasonable.
I will need to convey all that to the prince, of course, but what are your relations right now with this Leonard?
Currently tentative, but civil.
What is your plan of action?
Well, we do have a meeting to have with him this evening. We will go and see whether he has, as we asked, whether he has gold, and whether he's going to try to lie to us about it if he has not. If it is that he hasn't, then I think we will at least still stay civil for the conversation. I'm not sure that I would be up for a fight personally. I don't know how you feel. I would rather end it on civil terms, but we would certainly come back and relay that if it looked as though it would be a problem. But just keep everything smooth on the surface. And deal with it later.
Of course. If he is willing, or if you think he might want to disappear from our side, I would appreciate you bringing him to me. I will be at one of my offices. It's not far from the bridge and not far from the hotel. And he walks to the desk, takes like a bit of paper and writes you the directions and hands it to you, Bea.
I will put it into my notebook. Okay.
Well, I hope he will be reasonable about handling of his mortal friends. It is unfortunate that he was left education and supervision.
Yes, it is unfortunate.
Yes, indeed.
Apologies, I'm just noting down that I have that.
Yeah.
Is
there anything else you require in order to proceed?
I think that is it for now. We've conveyed all the information we've managed to receive so far. Are there any other details you would like to ask?
I think I can talk to him.
Very well.
When you bring him to me.
Okay.
The situation with the mortals ultimately will be for my superiors to decide.
Of course.
Yes.
If he is willing to come, but only if his friends will come with him, would you be comfortable with them attending as well, or would you prefer it just be him alone?
If you can bring them as well, I would appreciate that.
Very well. Okay, so all together.
Yes, very well.
Thank you very much. So far you've done very well. I will, of course, inform the sheriff and the prince about that.
Thank you, sir. I suppose we should get on with more work then. We'll hopefully see you later.
I won't stop you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And he lets you out, but doesn't follow. He goes to the desk after that.
I think that went well.
Yes, I think.
So, what is our plan? Are we going? How much time do we have?
Well, we said same time, and we spent a fair. Well, in fact, no, I don't know that. Never mind.
You
Sorry.
should be heading out soonish.
We've got some distance to cover.
All right.
Yes.
We will probably need to feed.
It's always a sensible thing to do.
Yes,
while we have the opportunity.
Me too, as always.
Very well. Let's go get some dinner then.
Yes.
Oh, I should go let Mother know that we're heading out.
Of course.
Yes, right.
I will go and find Felicia before we leave.
So you look at the room and she's not there, but you find her at the lounge.
Enough. If the lounge was closer, I probably would have checked there first.
Okay, you would have turned lounge. Okay, yeah. I'm sure which is close. Yes, she is at the lounge. She is chatting to Bruno.
Excellent. I'll go and approach her.
She turns to you. There, my dear.
Good evening. I just wanted to let you know that we're about to head out to continue our work. We just spoke with one of the sheriff's agents.
Oh, of course, please be careful, my dear.
Of course, we
I
always
hope
are.
everything will go well.
I'm sure it'll be fine. We're just going for a civil conversation, so. Okay, well, take care and have a good evening.
You too, I hope to see you very soon. I'll be here waiting when you come back.
Of course. I'll go and find the girls again.
I assume you stayed together, or
Oh, fair enough.
I thought we
Mara
were
and Janina, did you
outside of the lounge.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yes.
You're outside of the lounge, and there, as you are leaving, you see the woman sitting next to the other Primogen stand up and go towards the exit as well. The dark-haired one, looking very young, maybe 19, 20 at the most.
I'll hold the door for her if she is looking to leave.
She is. She smiles at you. Thank you.
That's all.
And she heads towards you, Janina, as you are standing outside.
I will smile at her. But no.
Mara, I assume you're obfuscated, or are you?
If there are mortals around, yes, because I don't have. I can spend 2 blood points
Yeah.
to be shining.
Yeah. You can spend just one to look sort of like a mortal, but you are feeling hungry anyway.
Yes, it's dangerous because I will be at a tree. No, maybe not.
I mean, if you want to.
Let's see what she wants. Let's see what she wants.
So she comes up to you, Janina. Excuse me.
Yes.
Miss Shivak, was it?
Yes.
I'm Stefania Fiedler.
Nice to meet you.
I just wanted to explain a few things. I know Fabian has been giving you a hard time, and I want to apologize for his behavior. He is not always like this. Please don't mind him. He is in pain. And when he's in pain, he wants to lash out at the whole world.
Thank you. That I don't really mind the poem. I think it was funny. So,
I know you don't, but your friend does.
Yes.
There's a ball of anger, like obfuscated in the general area.
She looks to you as she says that.
But thank you for apologizing on his behalf.
He lost his child recently. He hasn't been the same since.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is there
He
anything?
can be lovely when times are better.
Yes. I meet him on his better days. I'm sure.
A whisper from the darkness said, "What happened?"
Well, his child, Adela, was working on with some of his contacts, establishing her own. She went missing.
Oh, yes. We heard about that.
I believe there was information that She might have been captured by the Sabbat.
Oh,
Mm.
that's unfortunate.
I know he would feel better knowing she was dead than knowing that.
Yes, that's understandable, and I'm very, very sorry to hear that he's in pain.
Inside. I want to know if she's.
Okay.
Mara is trying to see if she's telling the truth.
Roll perception and empathy.
Wow. Janina always thinks that everyone's telling the truth.
Insightful applies.
Yes.
Okay. 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. Yes, she's telling the truth. She seems like not overtly emotional about any of this, but concerned for both Fabian's and your well-being.
And she seems
not to like a level that she would be like deeply, but she just felt it was the right thing to do. To explain.
Okay, she's sincere anyway. Okay.
Yeah, she's sincere.
I appreciate you going out of your way to apologize for his
I just thought
behavior.
you should know he's not a bad man. His sense of humor can be, well, not what I would go for anyway.
But thank you.
But he can be wonderful if, as I said, when the times are better.
He's a great poet. I'm sure he could use his skill for something better than.
He does as well.
Did he write something for his child?
I'm afraid to ask. If he hasn't shared it.
Oh, that's.
I think I should give him more time.
Of course. Are you? I'm sorry if it may be rude, but are you related to him outside of the clan, or are you just friends?
We just share a clan.
Mm.
And I suppose we are friends as much as anyone really is in here.
Understood. Thank
I
you.
hope you will have a good night.
You will.
She says, and she smiles at you.
I will smile back at her.
And walks away. She smiles at you, Bea, again as she walks past. And she goes back into the lounge.
What was that about a poem?
Oh, yes, she was actually apologizing for Fabian, and she told us that he's not a bad man, that he lost a child. And she told it was Adela, the Toreador that went missing, that it was his child. So basically, she just apologized. It was nice.
Okay. So, as we're heading sort of down the stairs, I'm linking arms with Janina and then leaning in very close and going, "Which one's Fabian?"
It's the one crazy colors and weird suits, and he dressed very extravagantly.
I'm sure I'll recognize him when I see him.
It almost rings a bell, but not quite.
I think you will know once you see him.
Well, she at least seems civil, so that was nice.
She seems very nice. Also, we didn't told you about how we met Dominic and his Storyteller friend, the Nosferatu.
Yes.
The Nosferatu ballet dancer. Yesterday we went to meet him.
Delightful.
Yes,
sure Mara loved that.
apparently I have a brother, apparently.
Oh,
We
yeah.
share the same sire.
I'm sure you bonded over that.
You should have
Mm,
seen them dancing together. It was beautiful and glorious.
You'll have to bring me along
Thank-
next time.
Thank you. You absolutely should. And on that note, we have to do an absolutely outstanding work for the sheriff. We have to get on the sheriff's good side
Yes, but why particularly?
They are
because
lovers.
it's Dominique's boyfriend.
Yep. That's the news that we also learned yesterday.
Okay.
So I will.
Thea probably doesn't seem quite as excited as you two are.
Doesn't care.
Okay, Mare and Janina are probably like a bit disappointed by this. It's very important. Why don't you understand? But
I think for Janina it's like very how that he is so openly admitted it that she's stunned and very curious and interested.
As Thea just seems sure that's a thing, I guess.
you know how our things are. We have to make friends and make someone's boyfriend happy will make the person happy too.
Sure.
You
Thea
see,
seems almost a little uncomfortable about the conversation, but not massively.
And you are, I assume, heading towards exit.
Yes.
Yes.
And as you are walking down the stairs from the balcony where you sat with the sheriff a few times, you see a figure which you recognize as one of the faces worn by Roman from time to time. Walking up the stairs, he waves at you.
I'm about to wave, but I remember that he can't see me. So,
hello. How have you been?
Good evening.
hello.
All the best.
Oh, good to know you're here as well.
Yes.
Been meaning to talk to you. I had some news to deliver.
Well,
good news or bad news?
Well, depends how you look at it and how things play out. Clemens found your sire. He gestures with his head to the general direction where Mara is.
I have a brother.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I've been told about him.
We met him. He's lovely.
Yeah, thank you for forgetting to mention the absolutely
not
relevant.
A few days ago. Talked to Wolf.
Okay.
Would have told you if I knew.
I just sort of shrug at him from where I'm standing.
Okay.
But anyway, Clemens dragged your sire back to the sewers. Wolf had a talk with him. His fancy clothes got a bit blood-stained. Good times. Thought you might enjoy it.
Is he going to go here to the Elysium?
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I guess Wolf will leave that to the prince or have a chat with her and they'll decide what to do. Abelard, that's way above my pay grade.
Are you getting paid for this?
Yeah, I got an approving look from my sire. The greatest
Oh.
currency, you know.
Yeah, that warms your
I
heart.
can buy so much with that.
Good stuff.
You're a rich man. And I smile at that.
Yeah. Fucking loaded. With my sire's eternal expectations. Fucking Primogen.
Oh, I forgot. I always forgot that you are a fancy celebrity now.
Yeah, look at me enjoying the fancy establishment that is this hotel. To be fair, I'd rather sit in the sewers, but I have some news to deliver, so.
It's nice to see you.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
Felicia is in the lounge if you're looking to speak with her.
He frowns a bit at that.
Inside check, Aurora. No, I'm joking.
Since no, this time no.
Could I activate
then-
Scry the Soul?
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can. Absolutely.
My turn.
Yeah.
No, this time.
Roll perception and empathy. Difficulty 8. You want to see his aura, right?
Yes, sorry, aura perception.
No,
Sorry. Played D5
actually,
recently, so
Mara
my-
is
Everything's
actually
gone up.
probably now Mara is thinking about is more her mind is about what to do with her sire probably right in this moment.
And what are you thinking about your sire as face rolling?
I want Mara definitely want to talk more probably in private with Dominic about their sire also because she feels like it's a conversation more private. She also she doesn't know what she would do if she met her again. If she meet him again, she's wondering what she will actually do.
Right. Belle, what did you get?
What was the difficulty again?
8.
8. Okay, which case 6 successes as I rolled 2 10s.
Well, okay. So, you look at Roman, and he's generally calm. He's happy to see you. But underneath that, you see some anger that flares up. At this mention of Felicia. And some unease. And then somewhere his aura deeper, you also see fear. It's not related to what you've been talking about, but it is there. And there is anxiety in him.
Okay. I just pull out my notebook and start
Yeah,
writing.
and he says, right, well, I'll be heading to deliver all my news. Be careful out there.
You too.
We always are.
Stay
Good to
safe,
see you.
fancy boy.
He turns around and sticks his tongue out. And does like a mocky bow and then heads up.
Oh, I want to marry him.
Dolores, not Janina.
Yeah, Dolores. Janina.
And you are left on the stairs, the three of you.
That was odd.
What in particular?
When I mentioned Felicia, he got angry and uneasy.
Well, they had some kind of fight. I don't know why.
Oh,
But
oops. That was maybe a mistake on my part. He's also anxious at the moment.
Oh, we don't
kind
know what he's dealing with, so.
No. Oh well. He's busy being important.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd be anxious too if I was around Wolf all the time.
I presume I've still yet to meet her.
She's fine. She hates me, but she's fine. Anyway,
Seems like a personality.
she can't appreciate the beautiful things of life like me. Anyway, Wolf and their poor taste in Nosferatu aside. I need to hunt, but maybe better if we sort out this whole thing. I'm a bit uneasy the more time we pass without seeing what's going on.
I think it's always better to be topped up if we're going into something that we don't know what it's going to look like.
Let's just go there and try to spot opportunity to feed on the way.
Yes. We'll maybe not go out of our way, but if we see an opportunity, then
yes,
it's better to not go on an empty stomach.
Yes, if we can find something, all the better.
Mm-hmm.
So you head out, looking for opportunities to feed.
Preferably further away from the hotel.
Yes.
Yes.
So you are walking, and you turn left to get to the Poniatowski Bridge. There are a few people there. You are, on the main sort of street now. The city is ruined, but these are like the streets. A lot of people still going back from work when they're removing the rubble, or constructing something new, trying to rebuild the city. So, there are people, but there's too many people. You would have to sort of turn into one of the narrower streets between buildings to catch someone wandering. And as you keep an eye out, you indeed see at some point someone heading not towards the bridge, but down on the staircase that leads to the bottom of the bridge, to the street below the river starts. And it's like a lonely man. He's carrying an umbrella. It's not raining at the moment, but the feeling in the air is kind of damp. You see some puddles on the streets, and the man just starts walking down the staircase.
I'll sort of elbow Janina and kind of point in his direction.
I'll look at him and Mara, are you here?
Yeah, I'm always here.
Can you see that man?
Yes.
So, do you want to go for him?
Yes, let's hurry.
We'll be right behind you.
All right, I will go.
You see darkness, but basic obfuscate hunting tactics. I just.
I'll maybe try to spot where Mara is, so I can keep an eye on her.
Well, if you want to do that, then roll perception and awareness with difficulty 7, I believe, and Mara roll your wits and stealth. Also difficulty 7.
Nope.
Oh yes, you can see where Mara is.
I botch.
Okay.
Oh no.
You botch.
Yes.
So
I guess I'm not the only one that can see her.
Yes. So as you are walking, getting ready to jump the man, Janina, you don't see this, but Bea, you do. You focus your senses, and you see a figure of Mara. It's been hidden. And Mara, you want to catch up, walking rather fast. and you slip because it's kind of slippery and wet, and you fall down. And is kind of startled, just looks around, trying to see what happened. You don't quite hit him, but you're like fallen.
No one can see that, right?
No, they can't see you now because you've fallen.
Okay.
And made some noise.
I try to. I stay very, very, very still and silent.
Maybe his vision is based on movement.
And
Feel like a predator.
because if I move, I'm not obfuscated right now.
No.
So I don't. I try to. I don't know. Crawl in a dark corner. I don't know.
Well, it's as far as her case, he is staring, Janina, and well, you see that he is like just looking.
I'm leaning to Janina going, is this a new hunting tactic?
Looking absolutely bewildered. Mara, like you are fallen down, so your face is sort of hidden. You're wearing some clothes.
Okay.
He can't quite see, and first he's like sort of startled, but then he moves to come up to you to help you. Janina, what are you doing?
I'm running towards Mara as I want to help her before he does, so I could cover her face and help her and cover her.
I try very much to cover my horns, like.
You look like you have some weird hair, though, to be honest.
Okay.
At the moment, because Janina did that.
Yes, it was foreshadowing. He's gonna save you.
Yeah, so Janina, you come up, and he like leans down, like, what happened?
Sorry.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, thank you.
And I'm gonna help her out and turn her away from him and lead her away. Like, I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Just roll me. You, Janina, wits and stealth. With difficulty 7, to see if you can fully cover Mara and distract him, and push her behind you before he notices.
Oh my god. I have 3 successes and 3 ones. So
No.
no.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, this
It's not gonna be a good night.
Not as I expected, but
Is it ever?
No.
Is it ever?
So you push Mara, and it's like, well, did something happen? Miss, your face looks did you hit yourself? And then he looks, and you, Janina, you see, and you Bella as well, because you're standing nearby, I presume, Mara's hair, and he probably noticed the horns.
Could I come up beside him and try and get his attention?
Yeah, I assume you weren't too far up, so you can absolutely.
I'll just lean over and go, sir, are you all right? And once I get if I can get his eye contact.
Yeah, he will look at you as you do that.
Then I would like to dull his emotions.
All right.
Will that save us again?
Charisma and empathy. Difficulty 7.
Okay.
The moment he doesn't pay attention to me anymore, I bite him.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So it's 4 minus 2, so it's 2.
So it's 2 successes. So he kind of calms down. He looks to you more calmly.
Are you all right, sir?
Yes, she's heard something weird's happening with her. And at this point, Mara, you want to grab. Like, he is sort of, he knows of you. Just roll me your dex and brawl with difficulty 6. To bite into him before he, like, full on looks at you, to grab him properly.
What difficulty?
6.
3 successes.
All right, so Bea, as he's sort of doing that, Mara just jumps at him and bites into his neck. And he goes limp in her arms. And Mara, you taste delicious Vita that you've wanted so much since you woke up.
And I work so hard every time to get.
Please roll me self-control.
Okay.
Difficulty will be 5 because you're not that hungry compared to...
1 success.
1 success, okay. So you can... How much do you take?
Enough to have him not in danger, but almost unconscious. So
yeah, that's
we're
true.
fine.
True.
Okay.
3, you could risk.
No, I don't want to risk too much. He earned his life.
So yes, you grab. Can you leave him there on the stairs? He is kind of dazed.
And I disappear. Really. Truly disappear.
I'll kneel down in front of him, coming to, so it's not
Yeah.
completely weird that we all just vanished.
So he's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
to, and he's like,
Sir, are you all right? You passed out for a moment.
did I? I thought.
You said something strange about someone, and then you just
There was a woman
collapsed.
who fell down. I wanted to help her, and
I didn't see her.
he looks confused. Maybe it was a long day. Roll me manipulation and subterfuge just to see how convincing you are with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
The difficulty will be 6. I'm gonna just roll.
Does persuasive come into this?
Oh yeah, I say so.
Okay. Okay, so that's 5 minus 1 is 4.
Yeah. Actually, it should be difficulty 5 because you have friendly face.
I moved my dice before I checked that.
Okay,
so
but you still
it's fine.
1 success. So yes, he just looks to you. Oh, maybe it was a long day.
Oh, it's known to happen.
He looks very confused, but he's like standing up. Thank you.
Do you need help getting up the stairs or anything, sir?
No, I'll be all right. And yeah, he picks up his umbrella, notices it. Yeah.
You take.
Thank you, miss.
That's all right. I'll head back up the stairs.
And you all meet back.
Once we're back up on the road, I'm just trying to not giggle.
Mara, don't speak. Don't say anything.
Last week it was fall from the tree.
Nothing happened.
You fell from the tree.
No, it never happened.
We had a job to do.
Oh yeah. I will try to feed if we see someone. If not, I think I can do.
Right.
I can do without it.
So you are crossing the bridge, and as you are getting to the other side of the river and start to walk towards the park, on the side of which you will need to walk to get to Leonard's place, you hear a child's voice calling, Miss Beatrice. And you see a boy looking familiar, and you have warm feelings towards him, protective feelings, running towards you.
Oh, good evening. How are you?
Oh, how have you been? I've been so worried. Militia came to your flat. We thought they might have taken you. Everyone is worried about that.
Oh goodness. No, we had to move.
And you look at the boy. You see like some bruises on his face.
Are you all right? You look hurt.
Just some conflict with these other kids. You know how I have my little group and we try to stick together, take care of each other. And there were this other ones from across the river, and we used to help each other. I mean, there was a bit of rivalry, but now they got kind of aggressive. They started pushing, and this is our bridge, and they wanted to take it away from us, and they're kind of weird about it.
How weird.
Yeah, they have this new leader. It's a girl, and she's, well, I don't know, she just appeared out of nowhere, and she didn't look like much, but Bartek tried to, tell her it was what, and she kicked his ass completely.
It's an impressive girl.
Yeah, well, I was scared for him.
Right. How rude. Well, I hope you manage to stay out of some trouble. I do worry,
I hope so.
I'll just sort of slide a couple of coins into his hand, give him a wink, and just as he's...
Oh, thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Did me and Mara met this boy before?
Would they have met Olivia?
They might have occasionally in passing. Yeah. Yeah,
I think you've once met him even when you were walking somewhere and he intercepted Bea.
Yes.
So yes, you know that this is a boy with whom Bea established some kind of protective relationship. She gives him money for food, some food sometimes, for him and his friends.
I will give Mara look.
The darkness will look at you.
All right. I forgot that you are in the dark. So okay, that doesn't mind.
Yeah, so the boy was not screaming, so I was obfuscated.
Yeah. It didn't occur to me.
But the darkness glanced back at you.
All right.
And then he takes the money. It's like, oh, thank you very much.
That's all right.
I'll be heading back to our hideout. I can't believe she kicked his ass. And he's just kind of talking to himself at this point and shaking his head.
How old does he look? Like 12 or?
A little bit older, maybe 14 or something.
Okay.
13, 14, something like that. And he's heading off.
I start making notes in my notebook.
I want to see Bea going and writing, and then meeting the lamp.
I mean, it's possible. It has probably happened.
But you forgot about it.
That explains the memory problems. Percussive maintenance.
Yes. So you keep walking, I presume. Are you specifically looking for someone to feed on, or is Leonard's house?
Looking, but if I see someone who could be, who like an older man who is alone and looks fit, then I would probably go for it. If not,
well, wits and alertness with difficulty 7.
Right. I have one success.
You have one success. So you see, indeed, an older man. At some point, it's later. You're not like you pass the park now. You're not walking past the church this time, but like, you're in this general area of Grochów, and you see an older man, not like quite old, maybe in his 50s. Look, he is walking with a cane. Like his leg is somewhat injured, but other than that, he's unaccompanied. He's walking pretty slowly. He's not the perfect thing you wanted, but he's there.
So he's alone?
Yeah, he's alone, and you are in a empty, like little street.
Can I use presence?
Yes, I mean him start talking for
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
or like draw his attention to yourself, and then
I'm
his
gonna
presence.
go tell the girls that I'm going for him, that I will try to. And if anything happens, they need to take me away from him, because I still remember what happened with Pavel, and I'm still not very comfortable with feeling.
I look a bit surprised when you say that, but otherwise don't comment. We'll be nearby.
All right, so I'm
Sarah
gonna
follower obfuscated, so she can.
Yes.
and I will try to go right next to the man, like that I'm also walking, and I'm gonna try to start a conversation like, what a night, or something like, just to
Yes. So you say that roll your charisma and performance, and spend a blood point actually to use presence. Difficulty 7.
Okay, what did I have to roll? Sorry.
Charisma and performance.
Okay. Okay, so that's not much. That's like 2.
You can use willpower, remember that.
All right, I will use 1 willpower, and I have no other successes than the one.
Yeah, normally you have to declare before the roll, but I, didn't
I'm
manage
sorry,
to tell you before. Yeah.
I always forget, so.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. You could have done that for this. Yes, you can always spend a point of willpower to get 1 success.
But I'm a bear. I'm a real bear. I forget.
So, so like at first it doesn't seem to be working, but then you focus on him really and on impressing him, and he is looking towards you with interest. It's like, oh yeah, right. It's been raining all day. Just hope to get home, not get caught in another rainfall.
What happened with your leg? I'm like.
Well, took a bullet during the war.
Oh.
It's not too bad, but gets painful sometimes.
I understand. Is it comfortable to walk with a cane?
Well, it's not ideal. I'd prefer to walk without it, if you ask me. But it helps me when the pain gets worse. I don't need it every day, but from time to time it's, well, I guess that's my life now.
See, can I help you walk? And I'm trying to like...
Oh, of course, thank you, you are so kind.
So I could like hold him and help him go, and when there would be an opportunity, I would bite him.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. He trusts you completely.
And then I would...
He comments on how kind you are, and how good it is to see such like helpful, caring young person, and then you bite into his neck.
Yeah, but I feel very bad about it, at least before I bite into him.
Please?
Only 2.
Yes, before that, Please roll me your
No.
self-control with difficulty 7. Remember that you can spend willpower.
I have 1 success.
Okay, you have 1 success. You're good. You can take 2, no problem. He goes sort of dazed and limp in your arms. But you have the strength to hold him. His cane drops from his hand as you started feeding.
I will hold him for a minute and until he comes back to his senses.
Yeah, he starts like coming to.
And I will reach for his cane.
Yeah, and he takes it. Oh, thank you so much.
Are you all right? Do you need help getting home?
No, I live a few houses down the road. I'll be okay. Thank you so much for your help. It's good to know we can rely on the youth.
Thank you for being brave and living with a bullet.
Many have it worse than I do. I kept my leg, at least.
Thank you for fighting for future. And I kiss him on a cheek.
He smiles at you.
I will leave him.
How are you feeling as you do this, Janina?
Well, I feel a bit not really happy with myself because I usually prefer feeding on like more fit and younger men, but I feel like very torn because I'm on the one side I'm very happy that I managed to stop in time and not hurt him, but at the same time I feel bad because he seemed like a very kind man, and I really hate when they say that I'm very kind and nice when I'm literally just stealing their blood. So this just really makes me uncomfortable. And I feel
this. Yeah. Once you go back to your sisters.
So it went well. At least that.
Yes.
I don't know what you were worried about.
Oh.
Yes.
You don't remember, but well, it
Remember
doesn't.
what?
Well, do you remember what happened with why we are not in our haven anymore?
It's a bit fuzzy.
This
It feels dangerous.
Yes. Someone killed our neighbors, and one of the neighbors' child was there, and he saw everything, like the dead bodies, and I tried to ghoul him, but then I tried to feed from him, and I lost control, and I killed him. And when I say it, I just, my eyes feel filled with blood.
I pull out a handkerchief from my pocket and just lean forward and dab at her eyes before it can spill down her face.
Thank you.
That's all right.
As I already said, it was Sabat's fault. They attacked the family. They caused the breach of the Masquerade.
But it's not their fault. I killed Pavel. But let's leave it. But that one is on me.
And
yes, but you did try to help. At least.
It's a learning experience, if nothing else.
Did you ever kill someone, Belle?
I don't think so.
Insight check.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
I'd imagine the question, you're not quite sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying that with a sort of, I don't think so, with a question mark on the end.
What should I have to roll with an insight check?
Are you trying to hide anything there at this point?
I don't think so, because I don't know if there is anything I need to
hide. I know that she doesn't know, but I want to.
Just roll with difficulty 6.
Yeah.
3 successes.
And what do I have to roll? I'm sorry.
Oh, perception and empathy. Sorry.
Okay. I have 2 successes.
Successes. So you both see that Bea tries to think about it, and she doesn't know. She's unsure. She's like probing her memories, and you can describe. Hey, what else is there?
I say the answer. It maybe feels slightly wrong, but I don't have any recollection of killing anyone, so I don't think so is the best answer I have.
Okay. I just really want. I understand that you don't remember much about your past, but I would really like to know who you were before you were embraced.
Oh,
do you remember at least something?
I know that my name was Beatrice Wozniak. But that was 1 minute, and I go right back to the very start of my journal, which is an absolute state. It's quite a lot to follow. I'm not keeping very good notes. I maybe have my name, my sire's name, something about a locket, but it's basically locket with a question mark at the end, which doesn't help me very much. Well, I have my name, and I guess this. I presume it's this.
It's beautiful. I'm sure it means a lot to you, even if you are not sure what it really is.
Did you ever thought about try one of your things about your past?
I don't
know if
quite
you can
remember.
have a premonition.
I imagine I
your
probably
past.
tried back in the day. My notes back then are a bit of a garbled mess. I've certainly refined my note taking over the years.
It's a bit of an unsettling thought when Mara mentions it.
Yes. Yes. She definitely seems uncomfortable talking about this. I don't know. I can hold on to so little these days, and
I'm sorry, we don't want to make you uncomfortable. I would really like to know more about you. What about Felicia? Does she knows about you? Did you ever ask her about your past?
Maybe I did. I don't know. I have no memory of doing it.
All right.
Well, let's complete our task and then we can have a girl night. Talk about I don't know.
I just
gossip and our past, I imagine.
I would really love to know more about you and to more of a person you are beside what we see now. I don't know. It maybe sounds strange. I mean, I would like to meet Bea before.
Am I not enough as I am?
No, that's not it. It's just it's hard to explain. It's don't mind me. It's hard to explain because
clearly
I don't know how to explain it. I just want for you to share more with us. But you are enough as you are. We love you.
I'd like to activate aura perception.
All right. Roll perception and empathy. Difficulty 8.
I want that take so much.
A single success.
You see, I presume Janina, that you're looking at, is a kindred. That's what you see on one
Great.
success.
Fantastic. I had doubts, but here we are.
Yeah. It's a werewolf.
Cards are on the table.
Okay.
You see a pale aura of a kindred, but you can't quite focus to see more.
And I just feel this bubbling feeling of just frustration and concern and
I'm sorry.
shame almost. The fact that I don't have this like everyone else does. It's not quite shame, but it's...
Janina now feels very guilty.
I think I'm trying to keep that mostly off of my face.
Sisters, I don't think this is a conversation to have in the middle of the street.
Yes,
anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm just very...
I would like to hide that I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Roll, I think self-control and subterfuge.
Okay.
With difficulty 6.
Okay. Ha! Oh, good. That's a botch.
You can see, you have to go and meet Leonard, like you sort of should be there now, but you see Bea is very frustrated.
I'm gonna hug her. Sorry. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. It's not the right time. I don't know how to express it. I just really care for you.
I think that it's a conversation we should have.
Yes.
In a different environment, and Janina wasn't trying to be rude or make you feel bad.
Yes,
but probably we are. We know you. We have known you for a while now.
Do you know me? You seem to think that you need me from before to know me.
I don't think that was what Janina was trying to say. I think I'm not in Janina's mind, but I don't think she was trying to say that.
That's not what I meant. I don't know how to say it.
I wish that you could feel the frustration that I feel every time you start questioning me on what I remember, on what I recall, on whether I can remember something or not, when I just can't. I have nothing.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. I promise I won't ask again. Just know that I care for you. And I don't care what you remember or not.
Thank you.
We are sisters and I will care for you as long as I can.
At that point, I'll lean into the hug and just kind of rest my forehead against her shoulder.
I will tell her you're my family.
I don't tag anyone because it's creepy. Because
I'm sorry. I'm just not very good with expressing my feelings. As you You heard the poem. I heard
poem?
people. Oh.
No, luckily she did not hear the poem.
Oh, yeah. Fabian wrote a poem about me, about punching people that I love, searching for love. The Toreador.
Does he not have anything better to do?
Well, it seems that he doesn't, but he also lost a child, so it doesn't really bother me, but it was just...
He bothered me, and I will remember it.
I know.
Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I think I will have you read the poem after we get back, Belle.
No.
I'm sure I'll look forward to it.
Oh my God. I'll have another poem for him one day, don't you worry. A poem he will not like.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be so hard on him. He lost a child.
We lost many things. People lost many things.
Yes, the Toreador, right.
Sorry again.
Sorry, the Toreador, right.
I'm sorry, let's focus on our task. I'm sorry I was...
That's all right. Do you know where we are? Because I'm a little lost.
I try to look at
Mara, you know the way best. But Janina, you also remember.
Don't worry, follow me. Give you directions.
Good.
Yes, and without much problem, you can navigate Grochów district. And you get to the house, partially burned. Part of the roof has collapsed. And you see Oleg, the ghoul, the well-built, quite muscular man, and the figure of Leonard, very thin, sickly looking, standing in the garden. And before they can see you, you just hear Oleg saying, "I'm telling you, we should just go." It's like, let's wait, maybe they will show up.
to the party.
And then they see you. And Leonard smiles at you, but looks guarded.
Good evening.
You see that Oleg has his rifle.
Good evening.
Leonard steps away. Good evening. We've had a chat about your proposition. I don't want to make this difficult for you, but it is what it is. I am willing to come with you to talk to this community if you think that would be, well, I would like a bit more information. I can bring Oleg, since he's been infected, but my other friends are gone. They won't want any part of this, and I don't want to drag them deeper than they already are. They're getting married. They want to start a family. I've kept them from it long enough.
Are they leaving the city? It'll be easier if they are.
I don't know.
Very well. We can take you to see another member of the community. He has some officers. He is interested in meeting you.
What will they say?
Honestly, sorry?
About my friend missing. You seem to have implied I have no choice.
I honestly don't know what he will say. I don't know him particularly well.
What about the rest of you? He looks though. And he looks, Mara, in your vague direction.
Anthony is the man that spoke with me once in private.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell Leonard. I think that the man that you're about to meet is a decent man.
Yes.
That's what I really think. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. No, that's not what I'm running for. He frowns a bit. Your community isn't safe for everyone, is it?
No, it's not.
Do you think it's wise for me to go there?
I think it would be more wise to go there than to not go there.
Janina doesn't say anything, but I guess she's not doesn't have a poker face.
I think that a lot of us are reasonable as long as we stay civil and sorry, the words are escaping me.
Let's say like this, don't cause problem. Keep your head down and you'll probably be okay. It's safer than the other option.
Yes.
That is basically wait for something bad to happen.
I've been doing all right on my own.
The Sabbat will come. They always end up showing up.
Yes.
And they're dangerous.
And there are other people that could hurt you.
Do you think I will be safe in this community of yours? Me and Oleg, will we be safe?
I think so. I think that we are all safer in numbers.
There. Are you honest? Are you lying?
I think that if he is accepted, then yes, it will be safer for him to be in there.
Yeah.
So in this instance, yes, I'm being honest.
Roll for charisma and persuasion.
Okay.
I'm not
difficulty 7.
I'm going to spend a willpower on this because I want him to believe me. Am I rolling the right number of dice? Yes. Is Smooth Talker?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, and is Friendly Face coming into this?
No,
because it's not the first. It's not the
before.
first time. Yep. Sorry, I asked the question and immediately knew the answer.
Know the feeling.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. Well, all right. I think, Oleg, then we should go and talk to them. Are you sure? I think we're better on our own.
Oh, believe me, you are not.
I believe we recently were trying to go it by ourselves, and our previous residence is now lost to us.
Yes.
Our neighbors were murdered.
Leonard turned to Oleg. We should go with them. I just want to know that Adam and Joanna are safe. Maybe it's too late for us, but they're out of it. And we want to drag them back into that. No, of course not, says Oleg. Leonard looks around. Looks to you, Janina. What are you feeling at the moment, Janina?
I feel I'm still kind of like shaken from Bea and our talk because I feel guilty because I know it's not her fault that she doesn't remember, and I feel that I was insensitive. And I also feel bad for Leonard because I can't lie to him, because I feel like we have a strength in numbers and it's safety, but I also, like, I'm getting frustrated with the Camarilla and the society, and I don't like how they treat people for if they are like useful and not like person, and it just doesn't make it makes me just disgusted. And I see him and I see that he's genuinely a good person and he wants to make his friends safe, and I just can't hide my feelings of not really, like, I'm not hiding that. I'm just sad about all of this.
So would you say you feel like guilt and sadness?
Yes. Yeah.
He looks straight at you for a moment. You seem not convinced.
Oh. Well, I think you should go, but I just want you to know that it is safer if you get accepted and put into our society. It's safer. But it's not the same as being on your own. And in some ways it's better, in some ways it's not. But I really think you should go and at least hear and see other members of our society, your mind.
All right, I will trust you on this. Let's go. And he like moves towards the exit from the garden.
So is Leonard and this ghoul, basically the other friend is not. I look around to see if their other friend, if I see trace of the other friend, or if he's like.
Well, look, roll perception and alertness with difficulty 6.
Mm-hmm. 3 successes.
3 successes. You don't see anyone. You see that the lights are off inside. You don't see sign of the other friend nor the nurse.
Okay, Mara, the growl because is particularly creepy from the darkness, and but she's quite unhappy because she knows that this thing will go very badly. That is, this whole marriage is a cute thing, but will go very badly.
And I assume you start walking back
Yes.
towards the bridge.
I'm pulling out the map and the address. I probably figured out how to get there before I headed off.
Yeah, you can figure it out. You have to actually walk down from the bridge on the staircase where you're hunted.
Oh.
And then go a bit further from there. And you start walking back towards the bridge. What are you thinking about, Bea, when you walk back?
I'm thinking about the fact that Janina is unsatisfied with the Camarilla. And this anger and frustration that is sort of roiling through my stomach, and just wanting to externalize all the feelings that I have, but not being able to, or wanting to get it out of my system and not be in my head anymore. I want them to understand how I feel. There's a slightly sadistic part of me that wants them to experience it just briefly, so they can know how damn scary it is. So
And how about you, Janina? What are you feeling walking with Leonard and his go back to Antoni?
I feel scared for Leonard because I don't know. I just feel that it won't probably go well. But I think that he should have a choice to make, either if he's going to join the Camarilla or if they kill him. If he dies like an honest man, that's better than becoming a petty, power-hungry monsters that are some of the members of our Camarilla and Sabat. I'm just very dissatisfied with the whole Kindred society as a whole. So
you're going with your frustration, and Mara, you're frustrated as well.
Yes.
Frustration.
what a night.
And you are heading towards Poniatowski Bridge through the streets of Grahov. And I think this is a good time to end the session. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you to everyone who's been watching us. We're so glad to have you. I really hope you enjoyed it. We will be streaming in 2 weeks, which I believe will be on the 23rd of March. At the same time, it's 6:30 p.m. GMT. And hope that you will join us again for the next episodes to see what happens with Leonard. So once again, thank you so much. Good night, or whatever time zone it is for you, and see you in 2 weeks.
bye.
Take care.
Bye.